Hola amigos, bien o no, saludos desde Medellín. Hoy el tema es Mondays are fresh starts, o para traducir poco es cada lunes tenemos oportunidad para reempezar de nuevo. Ese es el tema de hoy. So, Mondays are fresh starts. And why are we talking about that on Thursday evening? Well, because for most of us, tomorrow is the last day of this working week, and then every Monday we're going to start again. So why look at Mondays in such an optimistic way? Well, and how does that connect equally with our language learning? Well, two things to look at with that. Most of us, I guess, are using our second language in some kind of work capacity. So for that reason, Mondays can be quite important, because that could be the new challenge for you to try and improve based on last week. But it's also a nice idea in the sense that even if we're just learning our language apart from the job we do, it's something we're doing just for our own interest, to try and improve it for other reasons. Mondays is always a tricky day in the week, is it not? You know, you've just finished the last week, you've got all the things from the weekend that you can get done, and then here we go again. So, but it is truly something of a reset. If we look at it like that, it is a reset moment. So if we prepare ourselves a bit for Monday, and in the way like we were talking about yesterday in the video, the only real limit is your mind, in the sense of what you think about and how you think about it has a big impact on what results you're going to achieve. So looking at Monday as an opportunity to reset and effectively wipe out the mistakes of last week, or at least try and tackle the effects of those mistakes with more optimism, is hopefully a good way to approach it. So let's think about that in terms of our language learning. What can we do come Monday to help us improve? How can we treat Monday as a fresh start? Okay, well, let's look back at everything we've done this week so far in our language practice. Whether that's just us practicing alone or us out there, testing the language in the real world, if you like. Think back to it. There must at least be one of the conversations you had that went well, that was good, that was like, oh great, I did that, look, there was no problem, I had the conversation, it got the result I expected, I was hoping for, went really well or better than I thought. Why? What did you do differently? What was it that happened in that conversation that made it especially good? Was it just the people you were talking to? Was it the fact that you'd prepared some kind of phrase that was very useful, very effective? Were you talking on a topic that you know lots about? So like you're on familiar ground, if you like. What about it made it work? And then see what aspects of that you can take into other problems or other conversations you had that did not work. Think of the one that went really badly wrong. What was different about that? How come that one did not work, whereas the other one did? Be a bit self-reflective on it. Think about it. Oftentimes it's because we weren't perhaps as well prepared for one conversation as another one. So that's just, okay, I wasn't expecting to have to talk about that, but I did, I tried, it perhaps go as well as I'd hoped. That's a bit like when we take phone calls we're not expecting. If we're planning the phone call and we know the kind of thing, the result we want from that phone call, we know what we need to ask, ways to handle objections, the phone call is going to go a lot better than if you just receive the call and have to respond immediately, perhaps without proper preparation or without all the facts at your disposal. So that's the thought for today. Look at Mondays as a fresh start, because they are really, nothing's happened yet in the week. Monday will be a nice new start for the week. Try and treat that positively. Look at it as an opportunity for you to improve on what perhaps didn't go as well as you would have hoped this week. And as far as the language learning goes, think back to one of the conversations you've had this week that did go well. Somewhere in there, something worked. Remember, what was it and why did it work? What was it about that conversation that went well, and what did you do to help bring that about? And then once you've worked out what that is, what aspects of that can you take into new conversations as of Monday? So that's the challenge. Have a think about that. I hope you find that one useful. Déjame saber, como siempre, en los comentarios. But for now, from Medellin, it's Cheerio.